This video is going to be incredibly raw and incredibly honest, but I do believe, given the sentiment going around, that this is necessary. Through this video, it's going to be very important to remember that more than one thing can be true at the same time. I'm also going to be using as many visualizations to back up the claims that I make. Very recently, there has been a tremendous uptick in people saying that I'm clickbaiting, that I'm grifting, that I'm trying to just say whatever's popular at the one time or another. However, I really do love this game, and I had a video that I posted on February 14th this year where I did quite literally go into detail about so many things I love, as well as the current Savage tier I do believe is a breathtaking design. That was not bullshit. However, I have concerns that I've been raising, and I'm going to provide evidence of this for years, that I've been concerned about job homogenization ruining identities such as nocturnal astrologians removal, lack of casual content. Even today in patch 7.2 today, what are casual players to do? Overly competitive housing system, lack of content to ramp casual players into Savage. I had at one point thought that Cloud of Darkness was the Chaotic Alliance raid would have been that. However, doing it myself, I don't believe that it was really the case. I made a video even making that claim quite a while ago. No real pet jobs outside of Scholar at this point. Summoner was obviously homogenized. I've been excited for a Beastmaster for a long time. However, Beastmaster is clearly going to be a limited job, and so you can't take it into relevant content. Healer kits in casual content being literal one button spam is atrocious and very, very boring in casual content. I do like healing in Savage and Ultimate, but when it comes to all the casual content that we should be having in game, it is actually very painful to be spamming one single button at a time. Scholar is the epitome of this with Broil. Now I'd like to talk about clickbait, and so I'm going to show you my YouTube dashboard where you can see that currently I have $225.55 and that my typical range is actually a fairly low amount. This is in Canadian dollars. I'm a huge advocate for transparency, and so I'm about to drop a whole lot of numbers on you that are very relevant that a lot of people don't even think about. So first of all, Adobe Creative Cloud to edit videos and thumbnails is going to be $79 a month. DigitalOcean for an unnamed project is going to be, which is related to this, is going to be $140 US a month, which to Canadian dollars, they bill me apparently $209 a month. My Discord to keep my custom URL and all other Discord features is $50 US a month for me. Namecheap for that project's URL is $70 USD a year. I was scammed by an artist, which I'm gonna reach out to them again, for roughly $300 US for a brand new banner art piece to replace my current art piece that I have, which obviously showcases me with my ex-fiance who cheated on me. And you can see that I was obviously requesting this back in August of 2024, and so my immense displeasure could not be understated. And another aspect to this is I'm avoiding talking about me looking into VTubing models and other associated physical costs such as hard drives, cables, computing equipment, and so on. Or even the fact that I suppose another hidden cost is that I am Canadian, and this is under sole proprietorship, and so I do need to go to a special tax consultant, and that is another thing that definitely costs me a lot of money. I believe that last year I paid roughly $450 for that service. That one is less easy for me to access. That's in a filing cabinet in God knows where. And then remember, because this is a subscription-based game that also has expansions, that we are looking at roughly $300 Canadian every 6 months. That's not including expansions or optional purchases. So to anyone that says that I'm doing this to clickbait, grift, make money, and scam people, I do genuinely encourage you to explore the math and see that my claim that I'm paying a whole lot more into this is not false. That's not even talking about time or unrealized other stuff that is going on with it. And so whenever you're calling me a clickbait grifter, I'm actually here and making content because I want to make content. I'm here and playing the game because I want to play the game. This is a massive, massive monthly contribution from me. I apologize. I'm trying not to laugh because every time I hear it, I'm like, you have no clue. And I just showed you objective evidence of all of those claims, other than I suppose the taxes, which is once every year. But what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? I'm here because I like the game. I'm here because I like the community. I'm here because I like making videos. I haven't been up to my standard, and I'm gonna be honest about that, but you don't see me making videos about fucking Concord. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about it. It's not that deep. People are trying to 5D chess themselves, thinking that I'm some Disney master villain. Are you fucked in the head? Really? No, I'm here because I want to be. I did the ultimate raid because I wanted to do the lesbian raid. It was something that I honestly did enjoy. When I say I enjoy the current Savage tier, that's not bullshit. I think the ads phase is brilliantly designed and I want to see more. Why the fuck would I lie about that? Now you've seen the money aspect of it, what's my incentive to lie? I'd love to know that. And we're gonna get into something that honestly has been brought up by a lot of people, and there was one funny comment. Okay, this one comment I'm actually gonna highlight here. I don't know if the person wants me to or not, but this was actually hilarious. And so this was after I made a video basically celebrating my fruit clear, where they said, "Congrats on the kill, but please don't grief my PF by talking about your ex," and started pressing broil. All that yapping could have been like 40 more broils. Okay, that was actually fucking hilarious. When someone leaves a comment like this, honest to God, it makes me laugh because it's like, it's a roast, but it's like so true. Like, I literally remember I had tears rolling down my fucking face when I read this. Because I really did really bad on that first clear. Real talk, my anxiety got the better of me. I really do have pretty bad anxieties. I call them the angsies, and I do really have that. And so this just, it's so good. But to that end, I am actually really devastated right now, and it really sucks because I am currently single. I currently have no boyfriend, no prospects, and that pain is very genuine and very real because I look and sound a lot younger than I am. It is probably my one superpower that I have is that, and I'm thankful for it, obviously, but I've been proposed to 2 times in my life. Once by a man that I do respect still, named Evan, who was a civil engineer, and he taught me a whole lot of things, and unfortunately, before the marriage, he cheated on me. Because I wasn't enough of a twink, because in spite of what you might think from my voice, I am as wide as a damn door, and no, not because of fat, that is just my shoulder span. Even when I was anorexic, wide as a damn door in the shoulder span, thank God. I love my shoulders, but I can't be a twink. And then the second time was by Brendan, who has been on this channel. He's in my banner art, and I honest to God loved him, and I was ready to do whatever it took, and I did do whatever it took to get a life in San Diego with him. I did whatever it took to support him, whether it be helping him get out of his parents' house and into the rental unit here temporarily, whether it be through his knee surgery, whether it be through him going through the closet, whether it be through him having his friend Farah die. They went to grad school together, and she died, and I was there to comfort him, whether it be through the move, the anxiety. He went through a whole lot of abuses at his job, where his CSO was actually homophobic to him. He went through a lot, and I do not regret any of it. But after he proposed to me in August of 2023, he then decided in January, February of 2024, at least, who knows if it was earlier, I couldn't tell you, but he decided to eventually cheat on me. And all that property, tens of thousands of dollars, life savings, a massive portion of my life savings that I saved through years of hard work, he used that money to gorge himself on food to get accepted into San Diego's bear community, and just because he wanted to be fatter and bigger. And I don't even know the last time that someone sent a picture of him to me, which I do not want. Let me make that quite clear. He looked like he was 450 pounds, and he was never that heavy when I was with him, and it hurts. It hurts. Then a lot of people will be like, oh, why don't you go after him? Why don't you go after his property? Why don't you take revenge? And the fact of the matter is, and whether people like him or not, I have listened to quite a bit of Jordan Peterson, and he does make some good points. If you can get past some of that initial pushback and some of that initial what the hell, he made a claim saying that there is no virtue in being kind if you're harmless, that you're just a rabbit. What's a rabbit gonna do? Something like that. And for me, enacting revenge would be trivial, just based on all the things he said. And I'm not going to get into all of them here, but he's made claims against like the science of his employer, basically saying that there's like defrauding and malfeasance and a whole lot of things. Maybe I'll just throw that up on there just so that people don't say what the hell. And I honest to God, have always, all this time, had the ability to basically rip apart his green card, rip apart his L1 visa. His CEO, I have many transphobic remarks towards their child about, or about their divorce. His CSO, someone who was also his manager at the time, flat out racist comments towards Indian people, which they are Indian, and they were quite revolting comments. So it's not because I'm harmless, but the fact of the matter is I'm proud of the fact. Oh yeah, one thing is he thinks that the only reason I haven't done this is because of his uncle. I would really encourage him to reassess that, because his uncle cannot stop any of the claims, anything that he said. All of this is irrefutable. So why I haven't done it is because I really did love him. I really did. And to go after my own property legally has the chance to ruin his application for the green card, which he, as far as I last knew, was having his employer sponsor. Yes, the same one that he shit-talked his CEO's trans kid and said the racist comments towards his CSO and stuff. I cannot bring myself to legally go after him, even though there is profound amount of evidence. And actually this Christmas he sent me a message on December saying that he would return the property, and well, it's April, and he hasn't returned even that, let alone the money or anything of anything. Nor has he even said sorry for cheating on me, nor has he said any words of kindness or support. I did recently go through a job transition, and thankfully I'm on the other end of it. But I did actually, in a moment of desperation, actually ask a friend of mine to reach out to him, saying, please, I'll forgive you if you help me get a job down there so that I can move on with my own life. Because there's a lot of things going on in Canada, and I'm not going to burden you with all them, but I, honest to God, just wanted to move on with my life. There's not many gay people here. Reality is where I live is really not great. The housing costs are insane. I make less than half of what I had as a job offer in San Diego as doing the exact same work. And I'm a hard worker, and it's tough. It's really tough. But in a moment of weakness, I did have someone reach out, and he just spit on it. And I'm gonna be honest. Am I struggling right now? Yeah, I am. I don't even know how I could even describe it. Just helplessness. Maybe that's the way to put it. And a YouTube video on Final Fantasy XIV. Like, maybe that's the way I should end this video. Actually, because I'm sure that most people have tuned out and been like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm really lonely. I hate being single. I know that I have value. I know that I have so much to offer. And I'm not talking about just being nice. I don't think I'm a nice person. I actively try to be nice. Trust me. These folders were not created because I was gonna be holier than thou. It took a lot of me processing it to not enact revenge. A lot of me wanting to honor myself and honor the love we had and honor the fact that when he proposed to me, I said yes. And I refuse to destroy someone that I love. I refuse. I could not look at myself in the mirror. It's not because I'm some saintly individual. Because hashtag nice guys, I am not. I don't think I am. I try to be kind. I try to be empathetic. But again, I try. But my point being is, if you really think that I'm that concerned about clickbaiting you, you haven't heard a damn thing.